Hello and welcome, friends. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Story Time, where I get to share some of my hard learned lessons with you, the viewers, hoping that you will take these lessons and be more wiser and not make the mistakes that I have made. So, today's story time is about how I turned an ice cream from Milky Lane into a 30,000 Rand loan. Yes, it did. It's a hard lesson, but I am no longer that person, so I'm going to share it with you. And I've done the emotional work of reflecting and trying to see how could I have done better. And ladies and gentlemen, do not borrow money to friends. No matter how nice they are, no matter how desperate they are, it's going to be hard because there are going to be times where they're going to tell you that they're about to die if you don't give them this money. Trust me, they will find a way if they really want to live. Anyway, let me get into the story before I get all emotional about it. So today I'm just drinking warm water with some mint leaves in it. It is really healthy and it's delicious. So let me tell you, so a few years ago, as you know, I am quite well traveled in terms of this country, not necessarily outside of South Africa, but in this country, I'm quite well versed with the areas. So I used to visit Durban a lot for work purposes. And I used to always stay at this hotel called Elangeni, the Southern Sun, which is right at the beach. And I would go for morning runs and stuff like that. And so one afternoon while I was at the hotel, I decided, you know what, let me go get myself some Milky Lane ice cream. So fine, I went, got my ice cream. So I'm standing in the queue because it's always packed. Standing in the queue, minding my own business. I order my sundae and all that stuff. Next thing, I hear a voice from behind me saying, that sounds delicious. I think that's exactly what I'm going to order. So I'm like, hello, how are you? Who that? I think I should have had like layers, like wings or antennas ringing saying, run, run, run. But anyway, so fine, we start chatting. He orders what I'm ordering. Life is good. We become friends. He asks where you're from. I'm like, no, I'm from, I was born here, except I live in Cape Town and all that stuff. We start chatting, ask him, so what do you do? He's like, no, I have a panel beating business. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. We become friends for like a good 6+ months. The next time I came to visit Durban, I went to see his warehouse and I saw, these people were making like good money. I'm talking about if a car had been in an accident and they fixed it, that's easy cash money of 50,000 Rand on the spot minimum upwards per car. And each warehouse, if you know, has like 20+ car in there. So I'm like, this person's working hard. And to be honest, a lot of people that are not from South Africa work very hard for their money, generally, okay? They find means and ways, whether it be plaiting hair, whether it be whatever, they are there trying to make their money. Anyway, so fine, we become friends. About maybe a year and a half into the friendship, I get a phone call. It's a Friday evening. Hey, my friend, I'm in trouble. This is what happened. I sold a car to this lady for 30,000 Rand. And this lady has now come back and said she doesn't want the car anymore and she wants her 30,000 Rand. Now, the problem is I don't have the money anymore. I paid rent for it, which is 28,000 Rand, the rent for the warehouse. So I'm like, ish, man, that's sad, eh? But you know what? Just sell the car, resell it, or try and find another client or find another car to quickly fix and get paid, So I try and like strategize. I'm like, post it on Gumtree, post it on OLX, just like get it moving. He's like, no, man, you don't understand. And I'm like, this is hectic now. He says, look, she has come back with taxi drivers. And these guys said they're going to kill me on Monday if I haven't paid her. So I'm like, it sounds bizarre. It does. But here's the thing. I grew up surrounded by those taxi people. I know how they operate. So if you don't know, you're watching this and you're like, what is this chick talking about? Honey, if you're looking for a gang or you want people to handle business, the taxi guys are usually the people to go to because one, they've got weapons. Two, their heads are like very heated and they're always ready for battle. And three, they know how to take care of stuff. That's as much as I'm saying. But anyway, so that's what he said. So when he said, it's the taxi people, I started thinking, yay, this is quite serious. Tell you what, try and find other people, your bras, your whoever's, your homeboys, your homegirls, you know what I mean? Like your ex or something, call someone to help you. And he's like, man, you know the situation with my ex. I'm like, ish, I don't know. Fine, I switch off the phone. That's now Friday. Fast forward, Saturday, the guy calls me again. And this time he is crying. I'm talking about like tears, snot, the works over the phone. Because obviously I wasn't there in Durban with him to see that he's crying. But I could hear over the phone. And he's crying and he's telling me this is very rough. Hey, and I'm like thinking, snap, this person has a family and he's about to die. And I know that he can make the money just like that, And obviously I'm a nice person. You guys know all the times that I've been scammed has been because I've been a nice person. But now I'm not nice anymore when it comes to money. No, now I know. Now I know that when it comes to money, don't be nice. If someone is hungry, give them food. But don't give them money because these men out here, ladies, these men out here, whether they're your friends, whether they're your whoever partners, they will scam you. And I've been scammed twice by brothers. Twice. And that was enough for me to know that my money is my money. And in both those situations, I never got paid. I never got my money back. I'm looking this gorgeous today because I had to rework for the money, not because they paid me back. So guys, please be careful. There are tons of scammers disguised as friends, scammers disguised as people who care about you. Fine. Lecture aside, let me tell you the story. Fine is crying. This is now Saturday. So we talk all the day and he's updating me. Hey, I went to so-and-so. He said he has nothing. I went to so-and-so. He said he has nothing. I went to so-and-so. He said he has nothing. Fast forward. I tell him Saturday night, I'm like, look, I really don't have the money as I've told you. Not even my credit card would cover that. But I'm going to go and see because I've got a good debt. I'm going to go and, good credit rating. I'm going to go to Capitec tomorrow, the Sunday, and try and hook you up. Now, the big branches this side, like the nice branches in Canal Walk and stuff, open on a Sunday with Capitec. I don't know in your area, but Capitec opens. So I woke up the Sunday morning, went to Canal Walk, took out a loan. He gave me the instructions on who to deposit the money into. The money didn't even come into my account. It went straight from the bank's account into that person's account. The money goes and it disappears. So I'm thinking, you know what? I send him the proof. He's like, oh my God, thank you. He calls the people. He's like, yes, they said they got it. Thank God. Now I'm thinking, no, this guy's going to pay me at least more than half of this money by end of the month. He'll be able to pay so I can pay the installment because I told him, I said, I can't commit to a loan. That's why I didn't have a loan in the first place. So I'm thinking, no, he's going to pay me. But guess what? He doesn't pay me. 2, 3, 4, upwards years. I'm talking about a year later. This guy hadn't paid me back. So what did I do? Remember we had no written agreement. First of all, there should have been a written agreement of sort to say this person owes me before I even send the money. But I didn't know this. Fine, I took my mother. I was in Durban for a family thing. I took my mother, drove all the way to Durban from Pietermaritzburg for my mother to talk to this guy at his warehouse to say, hey, you owe my child. My child is paying a debt that she didn't even like. I'm telling you guys, this guy, for you to see that he's like a professional con artist. He got out, he held my mom's hand, he apologized. He says, Mama, I am so sorry. It won't happen again. I'll pay by month end. He takes out 200 rand. 200 rand. He gives it to my mama. He says, Mama, please buy cool drink. because you've came all the way. I am sorry. This thing wasn't meant to get out of order. So I'm like, my mom's like, oh, he's a nice guy. No, he's definitely gonna pay you, my child. Fast forward, I go back to Cape Town. My mom's not there anymore. I call this guy. This guy's no longer answering my calls. This guy is no longer replying to my messages, guys. Eventually, he starts paying me like 2.5, 2,000, 3,000, sends an e-wallet of 1,000 rand here. In total, the only amount he paid to date in 2020 was 8,000. When I went back to Durban the following time, this is now, say, close to 2 years later, after he had taken the money, I got a lawyer. The lawyer drafted a contract. I took the contract to him. He signed it. But guess what? He didn't listen to the contract. And 2, because I'm not in the area, I couldn't even go there myself and take him to small claims court. 3, the court battles need me to be there in person, and I'm not in Durban. What do I do now? Am I going to spend more money flying back to Durban for a court case when this guy could just pay me the money? And spend more money in flights when I'm already 30,000 rand in debt? Guys, it was so sad, and I had to do a lot of emotional work for me to get to a point where I'm like, you know what? It's my money. It's a lot of money. It's money that I didn't have. I was trying to help out a friend. But you know what? Since the friend thinks he knows what he's doing and he's scamming me, 1, I cut the friendship off completely. 2, I told myself I'm going to pay it back bit by bit. And when I do, when I pay it back, never ever will I help anyone with money. Whether you're a family member, whether you're a friend, I am sorry, I am not giving anyone money. And this was a hard lesson for me to learn. And I know you're probably watching at home thinking, oh, what a mampara. Yes, I was a mampara. A nice mampara, but mampara nonetheless. But the reason I recorded this video was to let you guys know that these things happen, and you just have to pick up the debt. So rather not get yourselves into those situations. Ladies, these scammers are constantly looking for young women like us who are nice, who have their shit together. Please pardon me. People who have their stuff together, who work hard for their money, and they're looking to just like scavenge. Because if he got 30,000 rand out of me, how many other people did he get money out of? How many? And who has to pay that debt? That 30,000 rand could have gone towards my fees. It could have gone towards upgrading my life, clearing some of my debt, having my house paid and stuff like that. But here I am with the 30,000 rand minus. So ladies and gents out there, and this is Youth Corner. So I'm sharing these stories so that you know these things happen, so that you can be vigilant. I don't care whether it's a 10 rand or 1,000 rand or a million. Please be aware of scammers. These guys are out there and they are nice. They are not monsters. They don't look like monsters. A monster is not going to get money out of you. But they come as nice people. They become your friend. They'll even become your friend for even 30 plus years. Because they know what they're going to get out of it. So guys, that's it for my story. I like to hear your opinions. As always, please tell me what you think about this. I'm actually getting emotional now because it was a lot of money. And that was a loan that set me back in my life that I didn't have to give. This person, whether they were telling the truth or not, whether they were dying or not, it was not my place. And this was a boundary that I didn't have in place. I didn't have a boundary to say, I am not going to give money to strangers. I didn't have that boundary, but now I do. So it's very important to know how to set boundaries for yourself and for the people that are in your circle, whether they are friends, whether they are parents, whoever they are, so that you don't get taken advantage of, just as much as I got taken advantage of. All I went was to get an ice cream at Milky Lane. And that turned into a 30,000 rand worth of debt later on. So, ladies and gents, that's all I'm saying. I hope you enjoyed today's story time. Please comment below and tell me what your thoughts are. Bye.